Welcome to another edition of The Naked Truth. My name is Ramon Roan.
My name is John Singletary.
And the title of this segment is Whoop That Ass. We brought the subject up because of the situation with Peterson, the running back. And we looked at it, John and I were looking at that importance of, when we're raising kids, the importance of discipline. And John, you and I know that discipline is very important. In our lives, it was important. We needed it.
Of course. Because
I can't tell you that there's sometimes, look here, sometimes daddy talking was just not enough.
No, listen.
Talking was just not enough.
Think about what would have happened had he not been you in the right direction.
Sure enough, right. Sure enough. You know, and that's what, look, I did a video recently on a boy in Miami that stabbed his mother 14 times and then hit her body and had a party 4 days later. No remorse in that child. Now, I would want to know if the boy's slow. You know, was he retarded or something like that? No offense to to those people. I'm not trying to be, I don't want to fight y'all. We got enough with Newport. Mm-hmm. But my problem is that where was the discipline? Now, I believe, I'm not saying that every child needs to be spanked.
No, and every child doesn't have to be disciplined the same way, spanked the same way, but there's some times when that's what's necessary to get the point across. Mm-hmm. You got to bend the sap when it's young.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sure enough.
Spare the rod, spoil the child. I mean, that's just a part of our culture, it's a part of our religion, mm-hmm. particularly in the African American community, because what happens is within our families, within our house, within our community, we will correct and love, which mm-hmm. means that the desired effect of the punishment is that in the future you benefit from it because it keeps you out of trouble. Mm-hmm. Whereas when you get outside of that and mm-hmm. you start dealing with the justice system, you start dealing with the police system.
And they're not doing it in love.
Right, they're mm-hmm. doing it
maybe love or money.
From a punitive standpoint,
right.
Penal system, right. That means punishment.
Right.
I want to hurt you. Mm-hmm. And so you have to, at some point, understand that the parent is trying to correct the behavior that's later going to get that child in trouble mm-hmm. because, we're jumping on the parents, and sometimes I guess parents do go overboard, mm-hmm. but they don't go overboard in trying to damage or, well, let me not say, because we have some parents, like the guy who just killed his children.
Fine.
But there are, in most cases, the parent is trying to correct the action for the benefit of the child, mm-hmm. right. not the benefit of the parent.
Right.
You talk about being slow. Gotta tell you a little story.
No.
I was young.
Lay off Bush now. Lay off my George W. Bush. Lay it off of him now.
No, this is on me. This is on me.
All right.
Did something I had no business. It warranted tail cut, and I got it too. Daddy was consistent about that, and so then comment comes out of his mouth. He said, "Now tell me." He said, "Tell me." This is before the behind cutting now. Tell me if you're slow. I don't want a slow child. And of course I started to say, "Daddy, yeah."
You don't want that.
But he said, "No, Daddy, I ain't slow." And then you take it like a man.
Right.
And after that, hey, that was on a Friday, Saturday, we go fishing.
Right.
Because it's over with.
It's over.
I understood that my father loved me. Everything he did was in my own best interest.
Right.
And as a result, he and I established a bond and a relationship that was just unheard of, mm-hmm. Like you and your father had.
Right.
But it is because I understood that he loved me. Mm-hmm. Now, the child may not like it at the time. The mom may not like it.
I tell you what, I never liked it.
Hey.
Never enjoyed it.
A diamond in the rough, you got to put it on the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put it on the wheel.
Put it on the wheel.
So.
That's one of them Singletary sayings again. I never heard that.
But the whole point is this, that, as a parent, we have to be ever mindful that we're in a society that, the views may clash sometimes. Now, there's a correct way that will allow you to spank the child, use an open hand, and then that way when you feel it stinging, and you know it's stinging the child. But now, some parents will say, well, listen, I ain't do nothing wrong. I shouldn't be stinging. His tail need to be stinging, not mine. The only purpose of that is so that you don't go over and above. So just be mindful that, hey, you need to discipline your child, but you have to do it in such a way that it doesn't get you in trouble, not only from a DSS standpoint, but now it affects your professional career. So everything you do now has a much broader implication.
Right. Now it's the situation with Adrian Peterson. Is now he's faced with the justice system, and the last thing we need is
his professional career.
Right. The last thing you need is somebody telling you how to raise your child. You know, nobody wants that. And you raise that child, and I don't know what that child did. I had a discussion with this conversation before. I don't know what the child did, but he said that he must have thought that child needed to be spanked right away. And the first thing he saw must have been that branch.
If my son
but I would not take
sticking a hanger in the socket, and I told him, listen, don't do it, he got one coming.
He got one coming, right.
Not because it's going to hurt me, but if he's sticking the hanger in the socket, it could kill him.
Right, right. Now I say this is that
I had to go get my own switch before.
Oh, I had to too. You know, and wait a minute. Not only that, I had to go get the belt.
Yeah.
Ray, go get the belt.
Oh, yeah.
I start crying away because I know what's going to happen. But in that situation, sometimes the parents need to back away because taking a child pants off and beating them with a switch and hitting the child testicles and all. You know, that was, I would say it's excessive.
Yeah, that
I'm not gonna, but I think sometimes you have to walk away and cool down.
With love.
Right, administer with love. You know, but there's nothing wrong. I'm not a psychologist, but there's nothing wrong with, I don't think nothing wrong with a parent in love spanking their child, either with the belt or the paddle. I have received both.
Don't abuse the child.
Don't abuse the child. Don't abuse the child. But that is our edition of The Naked Truth. And it's purely our opinion. And please make your comments and give us your opinion. Please visit our website at www.jfrinc and become a member. For $36, we're a nonprofit, and what we want to do is bring fairness to our justice system. If you ever have any dealings with this justice system that we have in America, you know it's not fair. Please like this, please subscribe to this channel, and until the next time, this has been another edition of The Naked Truth.